All right, I think it's working. All right, come around. Yep.
Sweet.
Can you hold that for me? Okay, let me go here. This way I can actually see what's going on. There it is. Okay. There it is. Oh, I gotta turn this down. Okay. Oh, stop. There we go. Okay. All right. See if I can kind of drop this down just a little bit. Copy that. Okay. So this time I'm actually going to go to the Action Features Facebook and share it. Sorry if we haven't started talking, guys. I'm trying to actually share the feed this time. Nope. That's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. It's her thing. I don't know how to use her scroll thing on her. That didn't work. Oh, wait. Did that work?
I think it worked.
There it goes. Hang on.
But now
I hate doing this touchpad thing. I don't know how to do it. Okay. Let me go to...
I don't like those either.
There's two groups that I'm in. Syndicate Toy Hunters that I'll share it in. It's this group I'm in. It's like toy hunter guys and toy dudes. And then
it probably isn't any fun to watch right now.
No, it's definitely not fun to begin with. I'll share it in Pence Pack, the Josh Pence group I'm in, and then one last one is the Nerd Bar, which is Cincy Nerds page. Yeah. Oops. Sorry, guys. For anybody that's actually here, I can't see any kind of questions just yet, or any kind of comments.
That gives everyone a second to get in anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, we're here. Good to finally join the stream. I'm a big fan. Hey, that's awesome. Josh Pinch just joined. Hey, I just shared this on the Pins Pack page. So I got it tilted up somewhere. I can't read these comments.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, everybody. This is our second live stream. We're trying to do this weekly, maybe bi-weekly. It's kind of the answer to not doing the couch portion of the reviews anymore, just because we don't have a whole lot of time for that. So it's easier if we just do this. We hang out with you guys. We talk toys, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So the happenings this week were the NECA San Diego Con reveal thing. I forgot the comic board.
It didn't work last time anyway. It fell over like a few seconds.
Well, it was just a comic. It wasn't a board. It was just like a floppy comic that just kept falling down. The things that are this week were the NECA San Diego Con reveals and the deal with the online sale, and then the Marvel Legends thing that happened last night. I hope to see you this weekend, man. Karina's trying to get that Harry Potter castle. I don't think it's sold today. You talking about the giant Hogwarts thing that we got on Saturday? I don't think it's sold today. I'm pretty sure it didn't sell today. Yeah, that's a cool set, man. Okay. So, the NECA San Diego Con online sale thing. They revealed that it was John Connor, the Ninja Turtles set, which was another 1990 movie set that has scaled-down versions of the Foot,
Shredder and Splinter.
Shredder and Splinter.
Those are awesome.
The Sensei from Karate Kid.
Well, hang on. For the Turtle set, the Splinter, that's the first time they've even shown that Splinter sculpt.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Everything else was a quarter scale to begin with. Like the Foot Soldier was a quarter scale and they scaled him down. The Shredder was a quarter scale and they scaled him down. But the Splinter, that's the first time they've shown that Splinter sculpt. And it's coming out in 7-inch form before it comes out in quarter scale form. Which, I think they probably sculpted it at quarter scale though. Like they usually sculpt their stuff at quarter scale. So there's probably a quarter scale of that figure that's going to come out eventually. And and they're just getting the 7-inch out first. So that set is, what was it, $125? $150?
Something like that, yeah.
So that's that set, and they're already saying like there's no plans for retail, which is the same thing they said
last year.
So for the 1990 Turtle set.
GameStop later this year.
Yeah, so they'll probably be at GameStop later on. And then what were we saying? The Karate Kid.
The Sensei.
Yeah, for Cobra Kai.
Johnny's Sensei.
Yeah, the Sensei of Cobra Kai in the retro style, because all those Karate Kids are retro style. I tell you what, man, I've seen the package pictures of those Karate Kids, the retro styles. They do not look good.
Really, I haven't seen
the clothes are so baggy. They're so they're really baggy. The outfits are disappointing. I think the Icon Heroes are going to be better Karate Kid figures. So there's those, and then they said that the DC Dark Horse packs that they showed like a year and a half ago, something like that. The Batman Predator one and the Superman Alien one are going to be at San Diego Con.
Those are really cool.
Those are very cool, but gotta be honest, I'm not super excited about the whole San Diego Con thing on them. And I said John Connor. So the whole thing with NECA is they're all the time saying that licensing prevents us from taking this to retail. Licensing prevents us from taking this to retail. How many times can a company say that?
Yeah, they have that with everything they do.
Yeah.
Every one of their exclusives is a problem with retail, except for that black and white Pennywise, which wasn't even.
Oh, the black and white Pennywise! I forgot about that. Yeah, how do you have that many licensing problems that everything has to end up at San Diego Con? That seems really weird to me. I don't understand why a company can't work out deals to get stuff to retail. I would understand it once or twice, like the Turtles thing, that didn't work out. Or, somebody's likeness is unavailable and they had to work out some kind of special deal where the person's at the show or something. But it seems like every license they've got has all these restrictions that they have to get around. I can never afford San Diego Comic-Con, I'll stick to ones here in Milwaukee. Yeah, I've never been to San Diego Con either. The only ways I've gotten exclusives either through online sales or through friends that go to the show. I will say that this year, though, I'm not even trying for the NECA ones. I'm not even giving the attempt.
Because John Connor would be cool to have, but
there's no reason he shouldn't be retail.
Yeah, he should have been.
There's no reason at all. I think that they're going to find a way to get John Connor to retail later on, and maybe the packaging with the dirt bike is going to be
the thing
ends up.
Back like they did with the other two.
I think that he's going to end up at retail. I think that all the Turtles, all the Shredder and the Foot and the Splinter, I think all those are going to end up at retail.
Yeah, probably.
I just don't believe anything they say anymore because they all the time pull this tactic where it's you're only going to get it here, and then it ends up being, they'll say it about a quarter scale, you can only get these in quarter scale, and then 6 months down the road, here's the 7-inch version. Like the Michael Keaton Batman, it was you're only going to get him in quarter scale. We can only do him in quarter scale. And then 3 months later, he came out as the video game 7-inch. And they said, you can only get him as a video game figure. It's never going to happen any other way. And then 2 months later, he was out at Toys R Us with the Blu-ray set. So all those things had to be in production when they were saying it'll never happen. And to me, that's disingenuous to your customers. You don't have to lie. You can just say, no comment on that, or we'll see what we can do. You don't blatantly tell people that no, it's not going to happen. Like they were with the Turtle set last year, where they were the Turtle set was out at San Diego Con, and at the show they were telling people, there's no other way. This is it. If you want the movie set, you got to get it here. And people had already discovered the GameStop listing a month beforehand, and then the GameStop listing hit the next month. And it was oh, we made it happen for you guys. Well, you knew it was going to happen back then. You could have easily been truthful with your customers and just told them, this is the first place you're going to get it. You're going to have to wait 6 months if you want it from GameStop. It'll be individually boxed. You'll have to go to GameStop to get it. It'll have less accessories. So if you want it and you want it now, you can get it at San Diego Con. If you want to wait the 6 months. Even though I'm never able to pick up exclusives, I do kind of feel bad for people with premium. Premium, I just think it's the only time something's available, only have it released by the mass market. That's a great point, Oliver, and that's exactly what happened with that Turtle set. So many people believed what they said.
Yeah, they pay $300.
People were paying $300, $400 for that set, thinking that was the only way they were going to get it, and then a few months later, less expensive at GameStop. I paid $140 shipped for that set, and I had to fight all 3 days to be able to get it. Had I waited, I could have bought all 4 turtles in individual boxes, which is what I prefer, for like $95. So I actually had to spend more for the set. And I know, a lot of people didn't even get the movie Turtles, and this sounds bad, and I'm complaining so much about it, but I'm just saying that it's not the right way to be with your customers, to be untruthful about stuff just to make that sale. So that's why I don't care about the NECA sale this week. I'm not even going to try, because if I don't get it, then I don't get it. And I didn't need to spend my money with them that bad, if it's going to be that much of a hassle to buy your product. If it does come out later on, and I'm able to just go buy it at retail, that's awesome. And I mean, I love the 1990 Turtles movie.
Yeah.
I love it. So for me to go, I'm not going to try. I'm not going to get on there and try. He keeps cheating me. The GameStop Turtles are supposed to come back again. Like, they're going to come back to GameStop for another run, from what I hear. So, yeah, for me to go, I don't need those. I'm not going to get on and play the game. That means I'm really sick of the game with NECA and the exclusive stuff. It's just not fun. I shouldn't have to struggle this hard to spend money with that company and buy their stuff. Sorry for this long rant, but that's how I feel about the NECA exclusives. While we all think they're cool, especially the movie Turtles stuff, it's just not worth the fight anymore. It's really not. I prefer to be able to just buy toys and enjoy them, and not have to go around the hassle all the time of trying to find something and trying to get onto an online sale and all that stuff.
Are you going to try to get the Diamond Select one, the Slime Ghostbusters?
That'll be easy.
Yeah, they're not bad with it. It's pretty easy to get.
It's almost always going to be available through previews. Like, every time so far that Diamond Select has done an exclusive, like the Marshmallow Mess Ghostbusters, they've all been in previews. And I haven't had to worry about anything. I just go to my comic shop and I order it. And there it is. NECA keeps lying to make a quick buck, and it sucks. Totally, dude. Yeah. It really sucks. Like, I would much rather they just be truthful. If something has a possibility of coming out later on, just tell them. And say, hey, if you want it first, buy it here. If you want to take your chance that it's going to be out 6 months down the line, then take the chance. But don't, tell people, no, it's not happening. We have no plans. When you really do have plans. It's not a good look. Okay. So, on with that. That's the NECA stuff.
Before we get to the next news thing, do you want to talk about this week's pickups and stuff that we...
Oh, sure, yeah. What did I get this week? I got, so I've been going back and looking at some of Anthony's Customs heads. So he did this really cool Wolverine head for the Marvel Legends figure. And so I contacted him, and I'm like, do you still have that head? And he was like, no, that's long gone. But he said he's probably going to be doing a Gambit and a Beast head, which is really cool, because the Beast has that screaming face. Yeah. And I think we all want, a serious Beast head. Yeah. So he said, I don't have any more. Then I checked eBay, and some guy had just put up one with a Wolverine figure of that head painted. Okay. And so I messaged him and said, hey, there's one on eBay right now. And he's like, oh, is there? And I sent him, and he's like, yep, that's one of my heads. So I grabbed it. It's not here yet, but I'm pretty excited about that. His Wolverine head is really great.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's really good.
I think that's all I got. But you got something.
I got Deadpool.
Yeah, you got the Marvel Legends Deadpool. Like the one that looks like the old Liefeld original Deadpool.
It's awesome. And
we were talking about that figure. No guns.
No guns.
Yeah, just swords.
Just swords.
I don't know why.
I think maybe it's like an homage to the old original Toy Biz figure.
Where he
just had the 2 swords that plugged into his back, and then he had the turkey cutter, like the little serrated knife that popped in and out of his hand.
Knife, though.
Yeah, he didn't have that on that figure, but at least it's kind of like a thing where in the 90s he was more known for swords than he was guns.
Well, you can just add guns on it.
You can easily add guns on there. Yeah, that's no big deal.
And then this week I picked up a Mythic Legions, the Vampire Night Guy, and I picked up the DC.
I opened that for you. That was nice of me.
Yeah.
I undid all the twist ties, and I played with the joints.
Could have done that.
Blaze couldn't do it.
Well,
I could have. I wasn't there when he opened it.
I wanted to make sure that everything was okay with the figure.
I wasn't there when he opened it.
I opened it, and then I put it back in the package. And I did the twist ties back, so he didn't even know that I'd done it.
No, you left stuff out. I had to put stuff back.
No,
and then I got the DC Collectibles Grey Ghost figure, which is also really cool.
Yeah, the Grey Ghost is really neat. The Grey Ghost is slightly different than the previous DC stuff.
Is a little different too.
His articulation's different, and his sculpt seems, I don't know, more wrinkly?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's like those first waves, they had very much like a straight line type of deal, like animation, and his has more like those. So you can almost pass as either an animated figure or like just a regular comic style figure. That Grey Ghost is really cool.
Mhm,
That
really
is
nice.
really cool. There's 2 comments on here. Iron Bison's why I never invested in the quarter scale movie turtles. I just knew we'd get 7-inch ones eventually. Exactly. I should have done the same. I was fooled by the Keaton Batman thing. I was going to buy the quarter scale Keaton Batman
Yeah, you're gonna
regardless.
buy that and the 7-inch one.
Yeah, I did the quarter scale movie turtles at first. I don't think I ended up getting all of them.
Not all of them were out yet by the time you stopped buying them.
Yeah, and then because the
Michelangelo.
7-inch thing was becoming more and more apparent they were going to do it. And then Jaren says, Jaren? I think that's how you say your name, I'm sorry. I saw the trailer for Ghostbusters video game remastered. Man, it's been almost 10 years since the original game came out. And I'm pretty excited for this remastered version. I totally forgot that I wanted to talk about that, so I'm so glad you posted on that. We love that game.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's great.
great.
It's the first game I remember beating.
It's the only games I can think of that I've played it all the way through multiple times.
It's
Like,
great.
It's
I
so
love
great. Like usually with the video game, especially modern video games, like you finish out the story and that's it. You're like, okay, well I've done this.
I play Spider-Man a lot.
Yeah, you play Spider-Man through a couple times, but for me at least, like I go through a game and I'm like, that's so much time into it. I usually don't go back and play it another time. Like I love the Uncharted games, but I haven't played through any of those a second time. I don't think.
I don't think you can play those the
I
second
don't know
time.
if you could. That'd be tough. But this, man, I played it through multiple times. I can't wait to see it cleaned up. There's a guy on YouTube that has taken like the game and converted it into like a video you can watch online. And it's like a
Oh
3-hour
yeah, that's
video.
awesome.
It's basically the third.
It's the
movie.
third
Yeah,
movie. Yeah, it's like you're watching the third movie. All the voice actors are there. The storyline's great. It's the third movie.
It's canon if you go by the comics and stuff.
Yeah, it totally is. I kind of wish that they would have taken all the vocal elements, like all the recordings, and actually done like a CGI movie.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
You're just using all those recordings, but that's pretty darn close.
And
Like
the
watching the
online-
video game play out.
The online's gonna be back, which is fun because I never had the chance to play it.
I really
Me
hope
neither.
that the extras from the game
Yeah.
are in this one because I never got the extras like the GB2 suit or the Golden Proton
And the
Pack
mayor.
or
That's
the
a playable
mayor
character.
or
Did you get those?
yeah, those were all like bonuses. Like if you pre-ordered certain places or something like that, there was bonuses for the game.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I didn't get any of those.
Those are awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool. So hopefully they're in the remastered version. There was also a whole level that was like the Macy's Day Parade, I think it was. And there's like vocal elements you can find on the game. Like people have found all the vocal stuff on the game and then like released it. And there's like a rough cut of that sequence, like a cut scene that people have released. So it'd be neat if they did put that level
Yeah, that'd
in.
be awesome.
That'd be really
That's how-
cool.
yeah.
To have like a lost level put back in the game.
That'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
Having another level.
Hey Tristan, what's up, dude? That game was awesome, the true sequel. Oliver says, speaking of pickups, I saw you guys comic book pickups from a few weeks ago. They convinced me to get Savage Avengers on back issue. I must say I'm pleasantly surprised. What were your thoughts? I really enjoyed Savage Avengers. I thought it was awesome. I didn't think I would like Conan being in modern times as much as I did, but the interactions between him and Wolverine, I thought were awesome.
Is that good? Is it really good?
It was really good.
I like the. Have you read their Conan book? Because I have that.
Yeah, you had that. I read
it's
the first
really
one.
good.
It was really
I
good.
Like that.
But I guess he's in the Savage Land now, and that's
Okay,
how
that
it
is-
works.
Oh,
That is
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, like so Conan exists in the Savage Land. Sorry if I'm spoiling anything for anybody that hasn't read the book, but it's been a couple weeks
I
now.
haven't.
I'll let you borrow it. I'm not going to tell the whole story, but yeah, it opens up with Conan's in the Savage Land. I guess that's where he kind of lives. And then him and Wolverine have a run-in, and it was awesome. Like I'm excited about the second issue. A lot of people are dogging Marvel right now, but there's a lot of books I'm reading,
Yeah.
and I'm really enjoying.
The books are great.
I'm really enjoying a lot of them. Like, I think Uncanny X-Men's really good right now, and I'm kind of bummed that it's about to get rebooted.
Is it?
It is. Like,
Oh, that's sad.
yeah, it's this big time writer Jonathan Hickman, who's done a lot of interesting things, is they're stopping all the X titles, and there's going to be one that's called Powers of X and History of X or something like that. There's going to be 2 X books that start over. And it's going to be like a jumping on point for everybody. But I really enjoy Uncanny right now, and I'm sad to see it end.
There's this Marvel book I want to check out. I'm not sure if you picked it up or not. It's called Spider-Man like Through the Years or something. It sounds really interesting.
Oh yeah, where it's him in different
Yeah,
decades
each
as if
decade
he
he
existed.
ages, yeah. And
Yeah.
I go through all the classic stories.
I didn't pick it up.
I want to check that out. It sounds really cool.
The only Spider-Man book I picked up lately is Symbiote Spider-Man, and that's by Peter David, and it kind of is not in current continuity. It's like right after he gets the symbiote suit.
Oh, okay.
So it's like stories of him with the symbiote suit before it turns
I want
bad.
to check
Is
out
it really
that
good?
one though.
I haven't read the first two. I have both of them. I haven't read them yet. That's the only book I'm not caught up on. I'm caught up in Invaders, Marvel Comics Presents, Uncanny. I went back and picked up X-Force, but I haven't read them all yet. And I stopped Return of Wolverine. I got Return of Wolverine, but I stopped on Wolverine Infinity Watch because it was too jokey. The DC Collectibles Batman the Animated Series figures are awesome sauce, but I'm at the point where I can collect vintage or modern, but not both. And right now I focus on the Kenner toys. You're making the right choice.
Yeah, for the most part, I think.
That's a great screen name too, Vinkman. That's really cool. Yeah, so I think you're making the right choice because it's more of a breadth of characters, and you get like play sets. Even though there were play sets for DC Collectibles, but it's kind of a more affordable thing to do. And Kenner never really, jerked around the fans, and I think DC Collectibles has with the Batman animated line.
Quite a bit.
Yeah. Like it was. The first thing they did was where they did the Batmobile,
and then they redid it with better Batman and Robin figures coming with it.
Everybody wanted them with cloth capes because they could fit in the Batmobile, and they said, "Well, you'll be fine. You'll be able to fit them in with these plastic capes." So I bought the Batmobile, and then like not more than even a month later,
Yeah, Toy Fair, because it came out around Christmas, and at Toy Fair they showed the new one.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, here's the Batmobile again with a slightly different paint job. But now you get a bat signal, and you get Batman and Robin with those cloth capes you wanted. But the only way to get them is if you buy this Batmobile again. Like, I just bought the Batmobile. Had you told me that, I would have waited to buy the Batmobile and bought this set. So then people bought that set to get the Batman and Robin and the bat signal. And then a couple months later, they were like, well, we heard your complaints. So here's the bat signal with the Batman and Robin, and you don't have to buy the Batmobile again. But people had already bought the other thing. So now they've done it to them a second time.
Yeah.
And that was just wrong. And then on top of that, then they did the Rogues Gallery set.
The 5-pack. Alfred only came with the Batcave.
Alfred only came with the Batcave. There was that. But the 5-pack was the worst thing. Because everybody wanted that version of Freeze, everybody wanted that version of Ivy, that version of Bane, and that version of Killer Croc. And the only way you could get it was in that giant $200 Rogues Gallery set. And then we opened 2 of those, and there were like 5 out of the 10 figures had QC problems.
Yeah.
The wrist broke off.
A Mr. Freeze broke, a Bane broke, and a Montoya broke, I think.
I think an Ivy broke too. I can't remember. But I thought there were 5 figures that had problems out of 10. And then now they've re-released those figures individually.
Yeah.
So,
I forgot they did that.
DC Collectibles, man. They do a lot of things too where they'll show a product, and if they don't get enough pre-orders, they're like, we're canceling it. It's, okay, you're a company, like a toy company. You shouldn't rely on just, hey, if we don't get enough pre-orders, we're not going to do it.
Yeah.
That's, to me, kind of silly, because a lot of people aren't pre-ordering. I'm sure a lot of people come to the comic shops or, do their online shopping when something's actually in stock. There's very few things that I pre-order anymore. I wait until I see it, and then I buy it. And I'm sure a lot of people are that way. So at some point, you got to take a risk, where you got to go, okay, we've got this customer base, we got to take this risk. But they are putting a lot of weird stuff out, too, where it's like, maybe you shouldn't take that risk. Like those Luchador figures, I didn't think there was any chance there was going to get made.
Did they
didn't get made. They got canceled. I've been reading the comics from the PS4 Spider-Man game, and they're amazing. He's got those. You've been reading those, Spider-Man City at War?
Uh-huh.
You like
those
that book.
Those are really good.
Yeah, he's got all of those. Batman vs. Teenage Ninja Turtles is a really good animated film I definitely recommend. We were waiting to buy it on a Blu-ray, because I think it came out digital first. You've got all those comics, and you love those comics.
Oh, they were great.
I really want to get that Mikey. That
me
crossover
too.
Mikey
I want
figure.
that. It's so cool.
That is really cool.
Who's making that?
I think it's Diamond Select.
Is it?
It's being released by Diamond Select.
It's really awesome.
It might be DC Collectibles. I don't
I thought
know.
it was DC Collectibles.
But it was in the previews releases that it was shown. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look. I don't know. It was never really clear who was making the figure, but I think it might have been Diamond Select. Yeah, we gotta watch that. We definitely have to watch that.
Definitely.
Okay, so the Marvel Legends stuff. Let's talk about that. Yesterday or last night, they showed the X-Force wave. Finally, like the full build of figure. Because we'd only seen one picture of Wendigo at that point. There's an early picture of him, but they showed the whole wave packaged up with all the Wendigo pieces, and we finally got to see the accessories and stuff that things come with. Boom Boom, I didn't realize she was gonna have 2 heads. She's got the same deal as Jubilee, where one's blowing gum and the other one's not blowing gum. And then she's got kind of a cool, like, where she's creating her, like, her explosion thing hand, where it's, like, comes off the hand. and then she's got regular hands. And then we've got Mr. Sinister. Didn't look like he came with anything.
Yeah, no.
Nightcrawler came with the most stuff. I was really surprised to see 2 extra heads with him.
I know.
I feel like he
That's
won't
awesome.
come with a piece though, right?
Or he does. I think he does.
right?
I think everybody does in that wave. I think it's a 6-figure each. I think everybody comes with a piece. Because it's 6 figures.
Yeah, I think they
Both
do too.
legs, arms,
Body piece.
head.
Yeah, that's
6. Yeah. I think he has a head. Hey JCC,
Wolverine
what's up,
has the
dude?
head.
Oh, I'm missing 2 questions here. Hang on. Wait 1 sec. We'll get back to the legends. This is a completely random question, but knowing your guys' passion for Batman '89, I'm curious if you preferred that version of Alfred or the Nolan version. Definitely preferred the Michael Koff.
Yeah,
Koff, however you want to say his name. His version of Alfred.
I think he
The
fit it.
Nolan version.
I think he definitely.
I think he fit Alfred better. I don't know. There's just.
I didn't think Alfred was bad in the Dark Knight movies. Opposed to
I
all the other
agree.
stuff I didn't like in it, I didn't think Alfred or Gordon were that bad.
Those were the least objectionable characters for me in the Nolan films. I'm not a big Nolan fan. Yeah, but they were the least objectionable thing. I don't mind Michael Caine's Alfred. I just don't like it as much as the '89 Alfred. I agree with you, Oliver's beautiful as Batman series figures are. Always go back to the Kenner stuff. I blame it on beautiful nostalgia. There you go. Jaren says, I want the new Nightcrawler. Keaton Carr, 89. Cool name. Saying hey from the UK. What's up, dude? Cool name. Keaton Carr. Okay, so the Nightcrawler comes with a sword, and he's got 3 heads. One's like a normal expression, one's like a smiling expression, and one has that shading.
That's awesome.
That reminds me of the comics. It reminds me of the old, like, Toy Biz figure, I think. I don't know if it had that shading or not, but it reminds me of a lot of the comics where it had that shading. Like, they actually did, like, black.
Yeah.
Or his face
shadows
into
and stuff.
blue, yeah. Because that was one of the things Nightcrawler did early on, where he could blend into the shadows.
Yeah, he was invisible with
yeah,
the shadows.
Once he hit shadows, he became visible. That's a trait they didn't really do much
they
with
didn't really do
later on.
a lot.
But yeah, I was surprised. Hey, what's up, Batman fan? You're back again, dude. I was really surprised to see him come with those extra heads. 'Cause
Yeah.
you don't. I guess it's a thing they're starting to do more of now. Like Jubilee had the 2 heads. Now Boomer's got 2 heads. Boom Boom, whatever you call her. And Nightcrawler's got 3 heads. I'm trying to think of characters before that they did that many heads with, like masked and unmasked. They did like Peter
Yeah.
Parker. But they don't do it that much.
They don't do like 3 heads or
Yeah, 3 heads was really surprising. Now, to me, Beast should have came with an extra head. If
Definitely.
they're packing in 2 extra heads of Nightcrawler.
Well, he's my favorite character. So.
Okay, what am I catching up on here? Yeah, by the time DC Collectibles came out with their Batman series, I've already collected most of the Kenner stuff. You did the right move. Even the Diet Coke and Orange Star heads. It's very true, man. The Diet Coke head. We seem to be down to our last Diet Coke.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Do you know if Neca will make a new Batman '89 figure since I can't find any more that are too pricey?
I doubt it.
I don't think so. I don't think they've got the license anymore. I think that they said that they're done with the DC 7-inch stuff because the licensing mess. And especially with McFarlane swooping in and doing, like, he's got everything covered, I think the chances are that very slim that we'll see any more '89 Batman stuff out of NECA, especially at 7-inch. McFarlane may make it, though. And there is bootlegs out there of that Batman '89 figure, and the way to tell the difference is the bootlegs come in full clamshell, like regular NECA style packaging that you see with their Aliens line or Predators, not Predators, but Aliens line, and the real release was actually on a card back. The Kenner Batman the Animated Series line also has a much more of a special connection because those are the toys that were actually out when the show was on the air. Very true. Batman fan, did you guys pick up the DC Multiverse DeVito Penguin? I have not found one in stores yet. I've seen reviews for it online, and it looks good with the Keaton Batman from NECA.
Yeah, head's a little small on it. The head's
it's a bit small, but it's a DeVito Penguin that matches the figure. I'm going to get it. It took me forever to find that John Wesley Shipp Flash, and that figure is awesome. Let's see. Like in the live stream, guys. Thanks, Al, for trying. I'm waiting for the Spider-Man Far From Home wave. Yeah, it's supposedly hitting. We haven't seen anything of it yet. I gotta love how almost every new ML wave just says basic no accessory Bucky Cap repaint nowadays. That's time it's Guardian. That's very true. And I think he comes with the biggest chunk of Wendigo, and that's probably why. Managed to get my hands on the Tiger Electronics Batman Drive. That's awesome. Do we still collect the Batman anime line? He was just saying that he just got Grey Ghost, actually.
But other than that,
we haven't picked up any in a while.
I might pick up the Hard Act Batman, the robot one.
Yeah, the Hard Act Batman does look really cool. What are you guys' opinion on Endgame the movie?
Mixed.
It was a mixed review for us. I think we all preferred Infinity War. There's a lot of problems in Endgame. A lot of things that I didn't agree with what they did with certain characters. I love what they did with Iron Man. I love what they did with Hawkeye. I hated what they did with Cap at the end.
Yeah.
I didn't like Professor Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And I think the the Thor thing, I wish that it would have had some kind of payoff. And the time travel, the whole thing with time travel in that movie is a mess.
A little bit of a mess. Yeah,
It's a mess.
almost as convoluted as the X-Men universe now with the whole time travel thing.
Yeah, but I think the Days of Future
They
Past did
handled
the time travel better.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Yeah, like it didn't violate its own rules. You guys see Days of Future Past still.
Yeah.
Let's see. I need to get that Grey Ghost. Don't really like that line, but I need that. Yeah, the Grey Ghost is awesome.
Yeah.
He's awesome. Okay, back to the Marvel Legends. I think we're caught up here. Nightcrawler we talked about.
He's my favorite.
Mr. Sinister's really cool. Who else is in this wave?
X-Men. I mean, Wolverine.
Wolverine. X-Force Wolverine is cool. I think that's the first time we've seen him.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he was at a show. His claws look a little different than the Tiger Stripe
That's what
Wolverine and
you
the brown
said, yeah.
costume Wolverine. And I think the boots are new molds. The boots look like they're the X-Force style boots where they got buckles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think he's getting new boot molds out of that. But I think it's cool that all these Wolverines will now match in body style and facial sculpt.
In height.
In height, it's going to be the same. It's going to look like the same guy in all these different costumes. Whereas before, with all the Marvel Legends lines, you had like different sculptors, and it was different sculpt
really
each
different.
time. Like from like the first Toy Biz Tiger Stripe to the brown one to the astonishing one. They were all. It looked like a different guy each time.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas all these are going to look great together with the patch costume and the
Oh, that's awesome.
the black suit or whatever, and then the Riders one. All those are going to look like the same dude, and I think that's really cool. Let's see. My absolute biggest problem... Wait, I'm not caught up. Jared says, I'm still building up my Ghostbusters Mattel collection. I'm ordering the rookie from the Ghostbusters video game. I think it's a good time to order that, because I was even thinking that with the remastering of the game, that rookie figure is probably going to get popular.
Probably will.
It's probably going to get popular
Oh,
again.
yeah.
Maybe
I
Glove
like that.
Diamond did a
I
special
have it.
release
It
of the
would
rookie
be.
figure that came with a game.
That would be really neat.
That would be awesome.
My absolute biggest problem, this is JCC 2224, my absolute biggest problem with Endgame is the massive plot hole of that 5-year time gap. Yes.
Yeah.
Why couldn't it have just been 1 year, the whole world's completely shaken for 5 years, and then bam. And they painted themselves into a corner. So like Spider-Man Far From Home, either everybody that he knows will have to be ones that disappeared and then came back, or they'll have to eliminate people. And that to me is going to be kind of silly. Like, I guess Flash disappeared, and MJ disappeared, and Ned disappeared, his teachers
no one
disappeared,
aged.
Aunt May disappeared, Happy Hogan disappeared. Everybody integral to Far From Home disappeared and then came back because nobody aged.
Mm-hmm.
And really, so now, are all those people 5 years older? So when they were 16, their birth dates were made the same. So now they considered this age? So they're all drinking age now, even though they're really 16? That whole thing's a mess. What if your wife disappeared and you moved on and now your wife comes back? What do you do now? Yeah, that's a big mess. Movie Nights Before Animation did an 89 movie. Oh man, I've been saying that. Yeah, Keaton Carr, I totally agree, dude. I would love.
Comic that was pitched. There's art for a comic, and it looked
I would have
great.
loved that comic. Love that comic if it came out. What do you like about Cap? Out of curiosity, I didn't like that it violated what Cap is. What they established for Cap in the other films is that Cap can't ignore a problem.
Yeah, that was this whole thing in
That was
Civil
this
War.
whole thing. He said flat out to Tony, if I see a situation that's going bad, I can't ignore it. I wish I could, but I can't. And Tony even said to him, no, you don't. He said, no, I don't. So if Cap knows that there's something wrong happening, he
Hydra
can't just sit by and do nothing.
He knows Hydra's in S.H.I.E.L.D. He knows Bucky's...
He knows, yeah, exactly. He knows Hydra's doing all these terrible things. He knows Bucky's being tortured and woken up all these years. He doesn't do anything about
He
it.
knows Tony Stark's parents are going to die.
He knows Tony Stark's parents are going to die. He knows all these terrible things are going to happen, and he just sits back and lets them all happen. Because now they are saying that, at least the directors have said, that the husband that Peggy talked about in Winter Soldier is Steve. So he's been there all this time and didn't do anything, and that's not Cap. So I can't abide by that.
And he should not have showed up at that park bench at the end.
Yeah,
Not at all.
how would he be
Future
there?
rules
How would
where
he be there?
creates
They-
an alternate
yeah.
timeline if he goes back.
He
That's
would not
the
be there
time
at
travel.
all.
He wouldn't be there at all. I would much rather Cap just disappeared at the end and not showed up again.
Yeah.
And it just left it open ended. You can do the post-credit scene of him and Peggy dancing, and just leave it at that. And that just leaves it with your imagination going, did he stay? Did he go? Did he go back for one last dance? Where is Cap? I would much rather that than a Cap that violates what Cap stands for, in my opinion. I heard they're making a Red Hood animated series action figure to look like it was in that universe.
Yeah,
they are.
And an Azrael Batman.
And Deathstroke.
They all look really
Those
good.
are really cool. Speaking of Marvel Legends, I'm glad that Hasbro is finally slightly dipping their feet into more sculpting on the figures instead of just painting everything on like boots and shoes, etc. I was noticing that with Nightcrawler, it looks like he's a new chest mold because he's got the Nightcrawler outfit. And that's a one-shot deal. Like Corvus Glaive in that 2-pack, you're not getting anything else out of that Corvus Glaive sculpt. That's it. You're getting Corvus Glaive, and that was awesome. He needs to be his own sculpt. I'm surprised that he even exists because he's such a unique sculpt, but he is awesome. JCC 2224. I'd like to see Michael Keaton as Batman one last time. Maybe the live-action version of Dark Knight Returns with an older Batman. I would love that. Either that or Batman Beyond.
Yeah,
I'd be fine with either one of those. Batman fan, I have to ask this because this is what got me to your channel. Are you guys going to finish the Kenner Batman Returns Dark Knight collection line? I would love to. It's really a matter of time. I mean, he's going to be in senior. He's going into junior high. We got Gracie floating around. I don't know. I won't ever say that we'll never get back to him because I'd love to get back to him. We really had a lot of fun doing those Kenner figures. There's still a couple of the customs from Matt Hackley that I've never done a review on for the expanding the Kenner line. So I'd love to get back into them. It's just a matter of time.
Oh, Cannonball is one we didn't mention. We were talking about that.
Yeah, we'll get back to it. I just want to catch up on these real quick. Why would you move on from your wife in 5 years? That's my wife that just commented that. I would never move on, honey. I would never move on. I'm saying if other people moved on that aren't as happily married as I am. I love that they started adding arm hair to the Wolverine Marvel Legends figures. Most of the Toy figures had. Yeah, that's exactly true. I think that the first brown costume one didn't. The Juggernaut wave.
The vintage wave one that started.
The vintage one wave added it. Yeah. The final battle was definitely my favorite part of Avengers Endgame. Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Cap with Mjolnir.
Yeah,
that was
awesome. Avengers Symbol's awesome. I loved the Iron Man story too. I thought it was great. JCC 2224. I like Captain personally. I guess he just saw that his job was kind of done, even though the world could always use him. But it was sort of selfish, but he certainly deserved to settle down. Each person can have their own view on it. I'm not saying anybody else's view is wrong. I'm just saying that's my take on Captain America. I thought it was cool that Michelle Pfeiffer announced her Instagram account that Meow from Returns, and the whip thing. She was using the whip the other day. Like she could still do it. That was really awesome. Hello guys, you're my favorite. Triplets. This is one god tank. But seriously, can't wait for the new Spider-Man wave. Picked up at 6 a.m. Spidey today, despite what everybody thinks. But I think it's a pretty cool figure. Oh, the 6-arm Spidey. I'm sorry. I think it's at 6 a.m. Spidey. I'm like, what is that? Early morning Spider-Man?
6 a.m.
You know, I think the 6-arm Spider-Man is cool.
But the chest.
I wish it had a paint wash. I like
that'd be cool.
The sculpted lines remind me very much of what Toy Biz did with their Spider-Man figures, where they would sculpt the web lines instead of just painting them on, and then they do a paint wash on those lines. I just wish they would have done that. And I guess it's not that hard for you to do it yourself. It's not hard to do a paint wash on something. Put a little bit of watered down black paint onto a rag or something and just wipe the figure. It'll catch those lines. It'll look a lot better. I've seen a lot of people do it with that figure. And I think it's crazy that we're getting a 6-arm Spider-Man.
Yeah,
but you
awesome.
can't move his chest though. So.
You can't, but I mean, there's not much you can do because he has those 6 arms.
Yeah, I mean, I'll still get it. Cause
yeah, he's still a cool figure.
Doppelganger, is that what?
Doppelganger, yeah, using that same mold, really cool. I think the Doppelganger looks cooler. Alphatron, yes, I did just get busted by my wife. What is your opinion on the NECA Uncharted 4 figure I stole in That figure's awesome.
Yeah.
That Nate Drake, we've all got that.
Yeah, mine broke the first day I got it, and I still haven't fixed it.
That's another thing about NECA. The QC is not the best.
Yeah, I still haven't replaced it since I got it.
Yeah, we got to pull that peg out and switch out a peg or something on yours. But that Uncharted figure, he's awesome. He's better than the Sideshow 1/6 scale version. Hot Toys is making a version of Cap with Mjolnir. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great.
It does look really cool. That's a Hot Toy I'm actually tempted to pick up for Endgame. I haven't picked up a Cap since, I think, Avengers Cap, maybe.
Yeah.
Do you guys prefer Maguire Spidey or Holland Spidey? Maguire, for sure. Holland is fine. He's better than Andrew Garfield. I think he's caught in films I don't like as much, and their characterization of Spider-Man.
Yeah, I don't like that he's just trying to be the next Iron Man /
He's just
Avenger.
totally trying to be the next Iron Man in every movie. So it's not really Holland's fault. I think he's doing a good job as Peter Parker. I think he's doing a good job as Spider-Man. I think he was great in Infinity War, and I think he was great in Civil War. But I just feel like their version of Spider-Man isn't what I like as Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's like videoing during Civil War.
Yeah, so I like Maguire's portrayal of Spider-Man, but I also like the writing of Spider-Man better in those movies.
I also think he has the best portrayal of Peter Parker.
Oh, for sure. Because I like the nerdy Peter Parker. Let's see. 6 a.m. Spidey comes with a cup of coffee, messy hair, beer, and he's in the bathroom. I'd buy that. Do you guys prefer the Batman '89 suit or return suit? I love the return suit, but '89's where it got me started, so I'd have to go with the Batman '89 suit.
Gotta be honest,
sure.
I don't know which one I go with. I really like
the Batman return suit is awesome, and that cowl is killer.
And I'm bummed that we never got a returns figure from, like a good returns figure from anyone.
Yeah, I think it's a really neat rendition of a Batman suit, but the '89 suit is more of a traditional look of Batman, and it's like a scary looking suit.
It is, yeah.
Like it would scare you.
It's the coolest looking bat symbol too.
Oh, for sure. I like the extra.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's supposed to look more bestial, and it's derived from Frank Miller's Batman having extra points. Not Neil Adams. Brian Bolland from Killing Joke. I finally picked up both Batman and Batman Returns film adaptation comics. Those are great,
oh, yeah,
especially the original Batman one. With the there was just a magazine that came out, back issue, that had a whole retrospective on Batman '89 for the 30th anniversary, and it's got a bunch of stuff about the comic in there. You should really check it out. It's back issue magazine. It came out this month. It's got a like an art Batman '89 cover on it. It's really awesome. McGuire all the way. Batman fan, we agree.
Oh yeah.
Oliver, I kind of feel as Hot Toys is almost taking steps back in terms of detail and quality, like the DX11 Joker compared to the quarter scale one, with a 6-year gap between them and no noticeable improvements. I'm also still angry at Hot Toys for announcing Batman Returns and
3 years later.
3 years later, finally doing an actual Batman Returns, but never doing Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, and never
Batman
doing
Returns
DeVito
figure
Penguin.
didn't look great.
The Michael Keaton head sculpt was not that great on it.
No.
It really wasn't. Let's see. If you want something cool, check out the cartoon series Ulysses 31 on YouTube. It's from the late in the 31st century. Okay, I'll check it out. I was thinking about picking up that Neca Mothra figure. That does look cool.
It does look really
It does look really neat. Best and worst Batman actors from JCC 2224. That's a good question. Best, Michael Keaton.
Yeah, definitely.
That's easy.
Maybe George Clooney. Not George Clooney. Val Kilmer. I would say is worse.
Here's the problem. I think that George Clooney
Is trapped in a worse. No.
is trapped in a bad movie. I think
Could
that
be.
George Clooney could be a good Batman.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be bad.
I didn't buy Val Kilmer as Batman.
He didn't look the part.
His delivery was, it was like he was trying to be tough, but it never came across as tough. But I watched like Dusk Till Dawn, and I love George Clooney in that, but I love Val Kilmer in Tombstone. So it's really tough.
Val Kilmer could have been a cool Batman.
Those two are stuck in bad movies, and I think either one of them could have been a good Batman, but they're both stuck in bad movies. I really dislike Christian Bale's Batman voice. Really dislike it. I don't like his bat suit. I really don't like the movies.
I don't like the Batmobile.
I don't like the Batmobile. So again, those are elements in the movie that are not his fault.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just judging on just him. I don't like his voice as Batman. And Batman's voice is a big part of it.
Yeah, it is.
So I would say that Bale might be my least favorite actor that could portray Batman. If we're going by the movie and what they did in the movie, I would have to say that Val Kilmer's my least favorite. Because I really have a tough time in getting through Batman Forever.
Yeah, it's the worst Batman movie.
I can laugh at Batman and Robin though.
Yeah.
And Batman and
It's just so bad it's good.
yeah, George Clooney's doing a campy Batman, like he's doing a '60s Batman in that. So I would take George Clooney before I'd take Val Kilmer. So for me, it'd be Michael Keaton, probably Christian Bale, maybe.
I'd go Ben Affleck over Christian
Ben Affleck,
Bale.
I forgot about that. So yeah,
And if
Michael
we're putting
Keaton,
Conroy,
Ben Affleck.
Conroy is second.
Oh, we're getting out of hand. I've got to stop it. You've seen Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
I don't think you've watched all the Nolan films.
Yeah, I don't think he's watched any of them. I've only seen The Dark Knight.
No, I haven't seen that.
And you've seen Batman vs Superman.
I didn't like
All right, let me get caught up because there's a bunch of questions on here. I've seen the bidding on the new Walmart exclusive Captain America from Avengers Endgame. I'm gonna take my chances waiting for that one now. Yeah, I would wait. I think the street date was June 2nd.
Yeah.
At some Walmart.
So it should just now be hitting. You'll probably start.
Although the Corvus Glaive Loki pack was a mess.
Yeah, never really.
That was a total mess. Let's see. I missed a question, I think. But Vic, man, I know you're the biggest DST Ghostbuster booster, and you love the diorama pieces. I sold all mine because I don't like those as Mattel versions, and I don't have the space for them. I understand. Space is a big issue. They're big figures. There's a big diorama. But the diorama does look cool with the Mattel figures, too.
Yeah, it does.
So, who has the best nibbles, Kilmer or Clooney? That's a tough call.
I'm going to have to go kill.
I don't really know. That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. Bill in the Last Blasphemy. No, I'm kidding. It's really... I'm not a big fan of the Nolan films, and I really don't like his Bat voice. I don't think I'd put him in last, because it's really tough to say how these actors would be portrayed in a movie that I enjoyed more, a script I enjoyed more, a director I enjoyed more. So it's really tough. It's really, really tough to figure this out. I mean, I think Robert Pattinson might do a good job because he's going to get a good director and a good script. So a lot of that, the director and the writer of the movie have a lot to do with what you think of that actor as Batman, if that makes any sense. Kilmer brought nothing to the role. Clooney at least seemed like a good millionaire playboy. I agree with that. Batman Forever is the one I've never been able to sit through all the way. Personally, my favorite is Kevin Conroy. My least favorite is Affleck. I just never felt with him. I'm cool with that. And again, those are bad movies. I don't really think that Batman vs Superman is good, and I don't think that Justice League was good. So he's caught in bad movies too.
He wasn't that bad in Batman vs Superman though. I thought he was the best part.
He was the best part of it, and the training sequence was awesome.
That was really cool.
I wanted to go back to something here, and I've forgotten what it was.
If we missed a question, just throw it back up.
No, there's something. There wasn't a question. It was. Roll. I forgot it. Oh, Batman Forever. I want to talk about Batman Forever real quick. So when I was a kid, I guess I wasn't too much of a kid when Batman Forever came out. It was what, 1995? 1995? Did that come out?
4 or 5.
1990. I think it was 1995 because I think I just graduated from high school. But I was 16, and I loved Batman '89 and Batman Returns. Obviously, I was a big Batman fan, and I was still excited about Batman Forever. But this was before the internet was really a big thing. So you didn't have a lot to go on. You couldn't just be like, I'm going to look up online and see what the movie's all going to be about. You had like magazine articles you could trust. But most of those were pretty pro the thing that was coming out. Like an article by Starlog was going to talk to you about the new Batman film. It was going to be kind of telling you what was happening, but it was going to give a pro view on it, like a supporting it. So I went into it thinking that I was going to really love Batman Forever. I'm like, okay, it's a new Batman. It's not Michael Keaton. That's a bummer, but I really like Val Kilmer. You know, Jim Carrey's funny. I like him in other things. Tommy Lee Jones is cool. This is going to be good. QVC, which is a shopping network, had a special for Batman Forever. And they had all this Batman Forever stuff on it. And I remember being like, I got to buy some of this Batman Forever stuff. This movie's going to be good, and I'm going to really enjoy it. And so I ordered like a Riddler mug, and I ordered like the making of book, and I ordered like something else.
We still have the McDonald's glasses.
I have all the McDonald's glasses. I got all those. But I was getting all this Batman Forever stuff, and I was like, oh, I'm really going to love this. And then I got it. I think I got it in the mail after I saw the movie, and I remember just getting the box and just being like, oh, so I did this. I did this thing. Okay. Speaking of space, I have an actual vintage Kenner desktop playset. Oh, it's complete. It's currently in storage because I had no place to have it on display. That's a giant playset. I got the Batman 4 film collection for Christmas, but now they have all 4 on 4K, and I want them all. I just want to throw my DVD version in the garbage. Here's the thing about that 4K set. The Batman '89, everything I'm hearing is that the new audio mix is the only audio mix on the movie, and the new audio mix is awful on '89. The picture quality is good, but the audio mix is awful. The version you can buy for download for iTunes and stuff has the original audio mix from the movie. So you got the cleaned up picture and the original audio mix. The DVD and Blu-ray, or the 4K or whatever, Blu-ray 4K, everything I'm hearing, you're stuck with that new audio mix, and it's awful. Let's see.
Didn't you buy sneak preview passes for Batman and Robin even after Batman Forever?
I did. I paid like $20 a ticket too back then. Oh, that was awful. I guess the other films in the same continuity since Gordon and Alfred are the same. I disagree. I don't think they're in the same continuity.
I think they just had a contract or something.
I think that, you carried some actors forward, but I don't think that Batman Forever and Batman and Robin are in the same continuity, in my opinion. Because the death scenes are different for the parents. So, let's see. Going back to McFarlane doing DC toys, I have high hopes of finally having a true Marvel Legends equivalent for the DC universe.
Yeah, so I'm really excited.
I agree. A lot of people aren't excited about the McFarlane thing, but like the Fortnite figures you check out, those are really cool looking. Yeah. And if they're in that quality, or like the Stranger Things, the Star Treks, I think that the DC stuff's going to be good.
Yeah, I definitely want them more in vein with the Fortnite stuff, because the Stranger Things they're pretty good articulated, but I want a superhero figure more articulated than that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if the movie figures were like that, though.
Yeah.
Like anything from the movie stuff, if they're like the Star Treks. Speaking of Star Treks, are they dead in the water?
There's supposed to be another wave coming out.
Yeah, but they didn't ever show anything.
Yeah, I guess not.
It's like you got Kirk and Picard and nothing's happened since.
I heard they had a lot of stuff at Toy Fair that you weren't allowed to take pictures of.
Oh, that's probably stuff they had there. I love Batman Forever, and I found the soundtrack on vinyl at Barnes & Noble. Didn't buy it though. Hey, I'm sorry if I'm coming across. This is just my opinion on the movies.
Robin and Riddler are watchable.
Robin's suit is awesome.
Yeah.
So if you love the movie and you find something to enjoy about it, I'll never say don't like that, don't enjoy that. everybody should enjoy what they enjoy. And the soundtrack is pretty cool.
And Riddler's not terrible in it.
I'll sing that Seal song anytime I can. Okay, I think we're all caught up. Back to the Marvel Legends really quick. Who else did we not touch on?
Cannonball.
Other than Cannonball, wasn't there another one?
Mr. Sinister.
Guardian.
Oh, Guardian.
Guardian. Mr. Sinister looks
We
awesome.
kind of touched on Guardian though with the Bucky cat body.
Yeah. So he's kind of playing, but I'm always happy to get another Alpha Flight member. So far now we have a Sasquatch from the Build-A-Figure, Puck from the Build-A-Figure, and Guardian. So we still need Shaman, and we need North Star and Aurora, and Snowbird, and that'll complete the whole.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you talking about, Puck?
No. I'm thinking of Sasquatch's real identity.
Oh, I don't remember his real name.
No, I don't either.
It's just Sasquatch to me. So yeah, once we have all those, we'll give the whole Alpha Flight team. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Two-per case is apparently Nightcrawler and Mr. Sinister, and that's smart.
Oh, I saw Wolverine 2 per case. That's what I saw.
That's all I saw.
Wow.
Or just a little bit ago, I saw 2 Nightcrawler, 2 Mr. Sinister. That means it's a case of 8 figures. So 2 of the figures in the case are Nightcrawler, 2 of the figures are Mr. Sinister, and the rest are all 1 per case.
Oh.
And I hope that's the idea.
That's
Even though
smart.
Wolverine's cool, everybody's going Nightcrawler, everybody's going Mr. Sinister.
Definitely.
Yeah, those
Okay, that's the right way to go.
Well, Nightcrawler.
I'm gonna get caught up here. They actually sort of consider them the same company as far as I know. The 5th movie is going to feature Scarecrow, there will be a Joker flashback featuring Jack Nicholson. That's all basically rumor stuff. I don't think there was ever a point where they were in the talks to bring Jack back.
I don't know if Jack would have came back for it.
I don't think he would have.
But you can call it.
It's a soft reboot.
You can call it the same universe if you want, but you
Yeah,
can also
totally.
say it's not. It's
Yeah, there's
just
enough stuff
hard
that you
to
can
do
say
it.
it's the same. There's enough stuff that you can say it's different. Have you all watched the show Titans? I don't have the DC streaming service. I hear it's okay. I hear the Doom Patrol is better than it. And I hear Swamp Thing is really good.
Yeah.
I also think the Robin suit is really cool. Hot Tub Storage would be amazing to see sometime. I totally agree that Robin suit is awesome. On your 1980 Batman site, and I love it. Hey, thanks, dude. I put a lot of hard work into that site. It depends on what version of DC characters McFarlane plans on doing. Are we going to see the classic versions as well as modern?
That's
just
what
modern?
I'm hoping. I'm hoping it's more classic stuff, but
I hope it's a mix.
yeah, they can do a mix.
You know, I
like
hope it's
Marvel
a mix.
Legends does.
Yeah, totally. Cannonball. Let's talk about that. Marvel Legends Cannonball.
It should have came with extra legs.
Yeah,
That's-
definitely.
If it would have came with extra legs, it would have been cool.
Doesn't it come with extra legs? It's a paperweight.
Who would want to just have that like that?
Who wants that? I mean, okay, it's supposed to be a line for kids and collectors. What's a kid gonna do with that?
Not much.
Pick him up and go wee.
I saw the Toy Biz one. It's not a bad
The toy?
figure.
No, that's Hasbro.
Is that Hasbro?
That's
Okay.
Hasbro. Yeah. Yeah. What's he gonna do with that? No. What's a kid
Yes.
gonna do with that? They can do anything with
Nothing.
that. What's an adult gonna do with that? Sit it on the shelf. Yeah, he's always blasting off though. So if you want to do any kind of posing or like a display, he's always stuck blasting off, and that's lame.
Mm-hmm.
There should have been some kind of switch out legs. I've seen a lot of people already showing the Shatterstar figure
Yeah.
and going, now's the time to grab Shatterstars because this figure's gonna be tough. Because the costume is very close from the
Okay.
waist down to Shatterstar. And Shatterstar's a peg warmer right now. I'm gonna buy an extra Shatterstar, and hopefully it'll be easy to pop him off that stupid flaming piece and pop him onto those other legs.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's crazy that he's come with interchangeable legs.
That was not smart.
I think there's just rumor leaked info. Of course, Batman and Robin flopped. If any plays a sequel, totally. Batman and Robin killed it, and we were done for a while with any kind of comic films. Frayed Shade, that's a cool name too. How do you feel about Robert Pattinson being the new Batman? I'm open to it.
Yeah, I'm willing to see what he does. It might not have been my first choice, but if he's gonna be, I don't think he's defined by a role that he did a long time ago.
Totally. He doesn't like the Twilight movies.
He was a teenager. He was trying to get a name. Well, no,
Yeah, you're an actor.
Yeah.
You're gonna take roles. It's a big, high-profile role. You're gonna take the role. People, man, when I was a kid and Michael Keaton was announced as Batman, it was insane, the backlash. I mean, there was no internet back then, but everybody, there was an article in like the Wall Street Journal talking about how crazy it was and how what a mistake it was that Michael Keaton was going to be Batman. And he blew it out of the water. He was amazing. People like Heath Ledger as Joker. I'm not a big fan, but everybody thought he was going to be awful, and a lot of people like him. A lot of people hated Ben Affleck, and he did a really good job as Batman. So there's been so many people. Chris Evans. I myself doubted Chris Evans going into Cap because all I could think of was Torch. I was like, this isn't going to work. And he is awesome as Cap. So I'm willing to give anybody a chance. Let's wait until we see the movie,
The guy
and then
that
we can
played
go from there.
Quicksilver in Days of Future Past, I didn't see that first either. He was amazing.
Yeah, everything I saw of Quicksilver from Days of Future Past, I thought he was gonna be awful,
I
and he was great. Yeah, you gotta see that one. Okay, hang on. I'm 16 and still collect action figures. It's hard finding people who won't make fun of you in high school for collecting action figures. I'm going into my junior year, but I'm glad I'm not alone. Hey, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You be you, man. Like, I collected figures and read comics all throughout high school, and I got criticized for it.
I'm
Who
still
cares
playing.
though?
Yeah, but
it's what
You
want
do
to
what
do.
makes you
Yeah.
happy, you know?
Yeah, you don't define by other people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't let other people define your happiness, man. If that's what makes you happy, then you do it. You're not hurting anybody doing it. You do it.
It's a healthier outlet than a lot of other people are spending their money.
Yeah,
on.
totally, dude. And I mean, it's actually kind of an investment too. Like, there's very few figures that I've bought that I haven't been able to go, I can sell this later on. So you're not just wasting your money on something. You're putting your money into something you enjoy that could turn into an investment for you later on.
And it's becoming somewhat more normal lately as pop vinyls.
It's totally been
People are
normalized.
buying pop vinyls all the time.
And well,
And
the
comics
whole
and stuff. The movies are everywhere.
Exactly.
Everyone likes superhero stuff right now.
pop culture and the advent of all the Marvel movies and all that stuff has made it more acceptable to be into comics and geek stuff. So the geek culture has become huge. So at least there's that going for it. But I feel you, man. I was there in high school. I got criticized for it. I got ribbed for it. And I do see a lot of my high school friends through Facebook and stuff now that I see them talk about these Marvel films and do this and that thing. I'm like, you made fun of me for that stuff back then. And now you're going to go see Avengers and act like you're this big fan. And that's fine. You go ahead and do whatever you want to do now, too. But just be yourself. You'll be happier for
Before
it.
Endgame came out, since I read comics, a lot of people came up to me and asked me what's going to happen in Endgame. It's like, yeah, I haven't seen the movie yet.
yeah,
I know
It's just because I like it doesn't mean I know what's going to happen. Let's see. James, have you ever given thought to doing reviews on Hasbro's the new Adventures figures? Huh. Seems like our initial figures were great, and then the line went downhill pretty quickly. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't really thought about it too much, but I did love those first few figures. I actually really like the new Batman Adventures.
The 5-packs they are really cool with Nightwing.
Those were really
and
cool. And getting Commissioner
Ventriloquist
Gordon out
and,
there and
yeah,
all that stuff.
Talia.
Those are really cool. I feel you, bro. I feel the same in high school right now. Oliver, you're also in high school? That's awesome. Yeah, man. I can't stress that enough. Like, don't let people force you into not liking what you want to like.
Yeah.
You know, that's silly.
Mm-hmm.
But it is tough. Thankfully, there's things like this. These kind of things where you find other people online now. When I was going in through high school, and I'm not saying I've had it so much harder than anybody else. I'm not saying that at all. It was tougher to find people like me that were into these things. I mean, I would talk to people in the comic shops and stuff like that, and I had a friend or two here and there that were into the same things that I am. But at least there's this outlet where you can find like-minded people online that are into the same kind of things as you are. We're talking right now, you know? So that's at least something. And if you're ever down on that, man, you can email us anytime. It's james@1999batman.com. All right? So, yeah, keep being yourself. I think it's becoming more socially acceptable to be nerdy and into nerdy things, but there's always going to be people that call you the 40-year-old virgin just because you like toys, even if you're 20. I am 40. I'm not the other thing, because 2 kids. You don't get that joke. That's okay. Okay. So, wow, where are we at now? How long has this been going? Does it even say anymore? Does it say?
9:45, 6.
So around an hour.
It's at an hour?
Yeah.
This thing started streaming 12 minutes ago. That thing's wrong.
I don't think
That's
right.
incorrect. Let's see. Tim Bryan 02. I'm 17 in high school, get bullied about it. Sometimes still pick up figures and comics. Watching y'all's videos always help me feel better.
That's awesome. It's awesome.
I'm like seriously gonna like start tearing up over this stuff, man. I'm an emotional guy. Like, it doesn't take a lot to make me cry. I cried Up.
You
I
cried
cried-
at Dumbo and you hated that
I cried at
movie.
Dumbo. I didn't even enjoy Dumbo, and I cried at Dumbo.
You hated that movie.
I hated that movie, and I still cried at it. And I'm seriously, there's like tears in my eyes right now seeing you guys say that kind of stuff, because it's like, I was there, and I know how that felt, man. So to know that like you're watching this and you enjoy it, and it's like we're friends from far away, it means a lot to me, man. I seriously am crying. That's okay. I gotta calm it down. Gotta skedaddle. You guys have a great night. I hope to do this again next Sunday. You too, Iron Bison, dude. Thanks for coming by, man. Okay. What about toys, man? What do you think about toys?
I like them.
The toys are cool.
Those are cool.
Oh, looks like our stream's like.
No, I think that's just our laptop. this thing might not be letting him.
Are you sure?
It might.
Oh, okay.
It might be working.
It's working. Thank y'all for watching YouTube for making me feel better. Hey, thanks, dude. I am shocked that I didn't cry when Tony died in Endgame, especially since he's my favorite superhero. You know, I cried. I totally cried. Look at us. We're looking at it right now. We're looking in the past, and we're looking at ourselves.
You're watching yourself
go,
cry on YouTube.
Yeah, just watching myself cry on YouTube. But this is where we get confused about why it's not loading.
Oh yeah.
So now it's loaded.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay, is that all the toy stuff? Pickups?
I think it is.
so.
Yeah.
Things you're looking forward to? I did pre-order the whole X-Force wave because it's on the
really?
Hasbro Pulse. Yeah.
Oh, I want that Nightcrawler.
The Nightcrawler's way cool.
You got a
great.
case or are you?
I just ordered. You can order it individual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Hasbro Pulse did this cool thing where if you ordered like $100 in this first month it was available, you got a whole year of premium, which is free
Wow.
shipping
Oh,
on
free
everything.
shipping, yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Hey Jack. Hey Brody. What's up, dude? You guys are up late. You're on vacation right now.
No, I think it's. No, it's. Yeah, it's like.
Yeah. Notice I don't get bullied anymore about this stuff, but I'm also not dropping in your videos every Wednesday, and these live streams are always something nice to look forward to. Thank you so much, dude.
I think it's earlier for that.
Jack said, I can't believe you called me a pop addict. You are a pop addict, dude. Okay. So you got this premium, so I got free shipping on everything. So you're in Central Time right now? Alright, so that's what, an hour behind us?
Yeah, they're.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's not.
So they're
So
only
it's not
like
that bad.
8:48.
I gotta get off here and get to bed soon, because it's almost 10 o'clock and I got work tomorrow. So you guys are late. You guys are here too late. 9:45? It's 9:45 on this.
Oh, okay. Then
So we're the
that's
same.
time.
We're in the same time right
Well,
now.
It's 9:49.
Yeah, well, it would be
It's
an
not
hour
50.
difference, not like 4 minutes difference.
Oh. Well.
Is that right? Is
Sorry.
that her thing right? Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
right.
think right.
All right.
Yeah, Apple product reset.
8:49. No, Brody's right. 6:49. Now people are saying their times. So it's 6:49
this is
for
when
Frey
it's come
Shade.
to.
8:49 for Jack. It's just gonna be now. There's gonna be just a stream
Yeah.
of people saying what time it is.
No, it's.
It's just gonna be all time comments.
So what time is it where you are at right now?
Yeah, it's gonna be just a bunch of. What time is it?
I'm trying
Yeah.
to think. Was there anything else
I think
that was
that's all.
revealed this year? I mean, this week.
Okay. Tim Bryan 02. I'm still trying to get around to visit the toy department one day. I'm all the way in Tennessee, but I always wanted to go. It'd be cool to meet you. I'm there on most Saturdays. I'm there. So if you were gonna make the trip and you want to hang out with us, Saturday's the day to do it.
We'll both be there.
Well, we're usually there. The two of us are usually there most Saturdays.
I'm not.
He's not because he's too young to work.
Sad.
3 kids. Oh yeah, I said. Well, I just put the 2 here. That's my wife making a comment. She said, "I'm 3 kids." I said, "These 2 here." Gracie's upstairs. I heard rumors that the Jubilee head with the gun was breaking a lot. The gun was apparently brittle. Did you guys find this a lot about yours?
I didn't get one yet. I haven't found it.
I haven't got one.
I haven't. I didn't mess with it. I just left it alone.
The bubble?
Yeah, I just kind of set it off to the side. I like the other head better, so I just set it off to the side. So I haven't done much with it. But I can see that happening because it is like a very tiny piece that plugs into her mouth.
Plus it's bubble gum.
Keaton, do you like pop vinyls? That's what Brody's asking.
I don't really collect pop.
He doesn't
vinyls.
really collect pop vinyls. We're not really pop guys.
I don't do.
Yeah, you
those.
have a few.
I have a few.
I'm
I
gonna
have
see
to
if
go
there's
I don't
any
have any,
toy
I
reveals
think.
real quick this week.
I don't think there was much.
I don't have any. Plus Birdie knows who I am.
He just wants to get the conversation going. He's helping to keep the stream going.
Yeah, nothing else this week.
All right. So I think we're caught up. I think that's all the questions. I think we've gone on this long enough. Were you all surprised about Captain Nick joining the Avengers? Who's Captain Nick? I don't know what that means either. How often do people even buy Funko Pops at Toy Barn anyways? A lot. Like, we sell a lot of Pops. It's kind of crazy.
They're always going back out, too. It's like, yeah.
It's insane. Like, it's crazy to me that the bubble hasn't burst on that yet. As watching, watching like the Beanie Baby craze and it dying off. Watching kind of these fads. And I thought when Pops first started it was going to be like that. But it is kind of crazy how much licenses they got for that line. And it's really, if you wanted to have a representation of just a random thing on your shelf, you just put that on your shelf.
Pops of the devil.
Yeah, Pops of the Devil from Alphatron. He hates Pops. Are there any collected editions you guys are looking forward to picking up? I just added the 4th Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus to my collection. Keaton wishes that he could get Essential X-Men Volumes 9 and 10, but they're super expensive.
I know, that's sad though.
So he would love to add those. I was thinking, where does it end this? Does it end right on Inferno X-Men?
Hmm?
Does it end right on Inferno X-Men?
I don't know. I haven't gotten into that book yet.
No, the end of 8.
I haven't read the whole thing yet.
Oh, you read the whole thing yet? Okay.
I have to read X Factor before I read that.
Oh, okay, I
I
gotcha.
just started picking up Eric Powell's The Goon, those omnibuses.
You got the
one came in
first one.
comic shop, so I'm probably going to go back and try to get the rest of those.
I'm just any Epic collection that comes in. I'm excited about. Yikes! I've never seen anyone buy them, but I'm not surprised. And the House of Plastic doesn't even want to mess with them. Yeah, Jerome doesn't really dig on the pops.
But they sell.
But they do sell. They do sell like crazy. It's kind of like if you're gonna have a collectible shop now, you almost have to have them. Just like every toy booth at a convention has pops.
Like every booth at Trader's World is a
Because
pop.
everybody expects you to have pops. So I'm kind of surprised Jerome hasn't ventured into it yet. Over House of Plastic. Jerome's awesome, by the way. So yeah. Did you guys get the Marvel Legends Captain America Walmart exclusive? The guy was just asking about that earlier. I haven't found it yet. See you, Brody.
I think
Draft Head dies.
I think it just started like hitting today, right?
It's June 2nd, I think, was the release
Yeah.
date. But Walmart is terrible about street dates. If I see it, I'll probably buy it. I like that they hid the hammer behind the shield
So no.
in case it shipped early. You didn't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen the movie. I will probably buy it if I see it. I haven't got all the movie stuff from Legends. I do most of the movie stuff through Marvel Select. But I would probably buy that one. I'm still waiting for Marvel Select to reveal some in-game stuff.
Yeah, hopefully at San Diego they will.
Man, they're taking a long time. Does the toy department sell any Batman 89 Kenner NECA figures? Yes, we do.
Yep.
We've had the NECA figure quite a few times. We don't have any right now. But we do have a lot of the Kenner Batman stuff.
We've had the quarter scale once.
Let's see. We have had the quarter scale. Jerome told me about one time he sold a pop on eBay in used shape. The buyer didn't read the description and made a big deal of it because it wasn't mint. Definitely. Yeah, so Kenny at the toy department will do all our eBay stuff, and he does some of the pops, some of the higher dollar pops. We know he can't sell in the shop. He does those on eBay. I see you yawning on there, Keaton. And yeah, he's always got to take all these really intricate pictures with him, and he ships them over Textures because he knows it's gonna be bad. How excited are you for the 35th anniversary of Ghostbusters? Super excited. Happy about the game coming back.
Oh.
Can't wait for the Blu-ray set.
Hopefully some cool diamond reveals.
Some cool diamond reveals will be awesome. There's finally a release of the Elmer Bernstein score from the movie, which
that's cool. Yeah.
it was on CD before, and it was really rare. Like I've got a not official version of it, but I'm excited to buy the official version of it with unreleased tracks. So that's really cool.
Do you have the record for that, or is that the soundtrack to it, or?
That's the soundtrack.
Okay.
Not the score. Well, I think they're bringing the score out on the LP now for the 35th anniversary, but I also have the 30th anniversary Blu-ray set, and it's awesome. But I'm so excited about those deleted scenes. I cannot wait. I remember that was the reason I bought a DVD player, was that first release of Ghostbusters on DVD, because it had widescreen and it had the deleted scenes. And I went and bought a DVD player the day that DVD set came out because I had to see those deleted scenes. I'm going, y'all, great video. Maybe I'll visit the toy department one day. Hey, dude, if you do, make sure you say something to me. Say, hey, I'm Tim Bryan02 from YouTube. And we just had a guy come in like last weekend.
Yeah.
That was from that watches our YouTube videos, and he hung out for a while, and it was awesome meeting him. So yeah, for sure, if anybody ever comes in the toy department and sees me in there, that you know me from the YouTube videos, please say something. That way I can talk to you. What's my favorite YouTube channel? My favorite is Unparalleled Universe. As far as toy stuff goes, I love his reviews. I think he's awesome. I think he's a really nice guy. I remember when he was first starting out, and he was messaging me through this Mezco page, and I would share his videos. Now he's awesome. He's killing it. His reviews are like my favorite reviews.
I'm not sure who my favorite toy reviewer is. I know my favorite YouTube channel is Defunct Land, the one that talks
Defunct
about
Land is a ton of fun.
That's my favorite YouTube channel.
That is a great YouTube channel. And I also really like Toy Galaxy.
Yeah, Toy Galaxy's good too.
I don't know too much about Ghostbusters, but I know you guys are pretty knowledgeable about it, so you guys know what's going on with the teaser they released a while ago with the Ecto-1. Oh, that's for the new Ghostbusters film. Yeah. Ivan Reitman's son, Jason Reitman, is doing a new Ghostbusters movie in 2020 that takes place after the first two Ghostbusters movies. It's in that universe.
They already cast off Finn Wolfhard, the kid from Stranger Things. He's going to be one of the main characters in it.
I'm sure we're going to find out more stuff. What?
What's it about?
We don't know yet. So it's just a continuation of the Ghostbusters story from Ghostbusters 1 and 2. But other than some of the casting news, that's all we know. I'm sure we're going to find out more at Ghostbusters Fan Fest next weekend.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be there. Too expensive to go. But
hopefully Dan Aykroyd's back.
Hopefully Dan Aykroyd. That's the one I really need to come back. because I think he's the heart of the Ghostbusters. So if you're going to
Yeah.
continue on the story, you need Ray. Let's see.
Definitely.
Funko Pops are not toys. One of the reasons prices on proper action figures is going up because they're wasting valuable plastic on the stupid Funko Pops.
Go Beverage Jack and Bro.
Don't hold back, Venkman. Say what you really feel about the Pops. Batman fan is back. Jared misses Harold Ramis. So do I.
Yeah. That's a bummer that
It's
he's
a shame
gone.
that we'll never get a proper
Ghostbusters.
continuation of Ghostbusters. Did you guys watch the Batwoman trailer? I did not.
I haven't yet either.
For the new Batwoman TV series. I did not watch it. I gotta be honest, I watched that crossover thing that first introduced her, and maybe it was because I was so disappointed by the underutilized 90s Flash after giving him back his
Yeah.
costume, and him coming back and everything, and him not being
that.
used in that at all, that I had a problem with Batwoman, but I didn't enjoy her. I didn't enjoy her appearance in that, so I was like, I don't really know if I want to see the series.
I think all
If
the
it's good,
CW
though,
shows have
let me know if
gone
it's good.
a
They've
little
all
bit
kind of gone downhill.
I think the first seasons were strong on all of them.
Man, people hate Pops, dude!
Yeah, I know.
The only good use for Funko Pops is melting them down and using the plastic for something that's not hot garbage. I kid, of course, but I'm not a fan. I hate Pops even though I ended up with a lot of them. And I just sold you a cable figure this week. And saying, on Facebook? Are you talking about on Facebook?
Or at the toy department.
And
no.
he's probably not talking about on Facebook, because I bought a loose cable figure on Facebook. So it's probably this guy. Hey, that's awesome, dude! I haven't got it yet, but yeah, I'm going to do a head switch on that. I wanted to get one of the modern cable, because I wanted to have one with a modern head, which got this half cyber head, and then I wanted to have one with a Liefeld head on it. So that's why I got that figure from you. Nothing much, dude. Thanks for stopping in here. That's really cool. Okay, guys, I hate Pops too, but if you enjoy it, it's all good. Yeah, that's okay. For anybody that loves Pops, and you've just heard all these different
Jack and
comments
Brody.
that aren't ours,
Like,
we're just
still
reading
on.
comments. Enjoy whatever you want to enjoy. You know, don't let us reading these comments about people hating Pops make you hate Pops. Okay,
Hate
Where are we
Pops. They hate Pops.
Pops.
I think we're caught up. There's a lot of questions to get through. I think I'm caught up. Right?
I think so.
I think we're caught up.
Okay. All right. So I think this has gone like over an hour now,
Yeah.
or close to
it's
an
10.
hour. It's 10 o'clock. I think that's a good cutting off point.
Oh.
That being said, I do have a Funko Pop Commander Cody, my profile picture character on my desk. So, hey, you got one. That's where it starts. Okay. So we're gonna try and do this every Sunday. We've done 2 Sundays in a row now, and as we do more and more of them, we'll do more advertising of it ahead of time. It's becoming a thing where we really want to get the groove going before we really want to go. Hey, the Syndicate Toy Hunters page is awesome. These guys watch more of the Arrowverse than I do. They watch Flash and Arrow.
Yeah,
I've only
I
watched
don't
them.
watch
I watched
it
like
2
anymore.
seasons of
episodes.
Arrow and like 3 seasons of Flash.
I've never watched any Arrow. I'm done.
The
I've
first 2 seasons
stopped
of Arrow were
Flash.
good.
I watched a little bit of Flash, but I haven't watched a ton of it.
I
watched a little
stopped.
bit of Arrow, but that's about it. I actually bought the Keaton Oh yeah, the Keaton Batman pops are out. I did notice that. Okay, maybe I'll buy another pop.
But
That's
they're
gonna push you over 10.
garbage.
Oh, you have 11 already.
I have 11 already. I
Yeah.
have 12 thanks to Matt. He got me two. He got me two
Oh, 2
Beetlejuices.
Beetlejuice. Okay. Then you're a collector.
I'm a collector.
You're an addict.
I'm a collector of pops.
And they're just
And
insulting
Bulbos.
at your face.
Who is your favorite Ghostbuster and why? Love your suit, by the way. Oh, thanks, dude.
Bankman.
Bankman.
Bankman's my favorite. As a kid growing up, I had glasses and I was nerdy. Egon was my favorite.
Ray was my favorite up until a couple years ago. Then it was.
Mine was always
Once you
Peter
get
Venkman.
older, you start appreciating the humor of Bill Murray more.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Once you get older, almost everybody, Bankman becomes your favorite. Bankman's the
Bankman was
best.
always my favorite.
Yeah,
so
that's
far.
true. Arrow season 1, 2, and 5 are great, and Flash 1 and 2 are great. That's good to
Flash
know.
1 and 2 are really
That's
good.
good to know.
Yeah, the Flash, original Flash was good. I really liked it in the beginning.
I like the 90s Flash. I can't get past it.
Yeah.
John Wesley Shipp's Flash is always going to be my Flash. Winston's your favorite. That's awesome, dude. I know a couple guys, actually, that Winston is their favorite. I don't know a lot of people that Egon is their favorite.
No,
now.
I see Peter and I see Winston a lot.
Yeah, Peter and Winston. I think because Winston's got the Everman thing going.
Yeah, he
for
does.
him. I don't own the toy department. No, I'm part of the toy department. I'm not the main owner. That's Chris. My buddy Chris owns the shop.
Wait,
I'm just a part of it. Own it.
Oh, wow.
I wish I owned it.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. John didn't have a lot of roles in the Flash shows, surprisingly. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does.
Yep, he definitely
And
does.
he's cool. He's something that's consistently good in that show.
Yeah. All right. Am I all caught up?
I think so.
Have a great night, guys. Thanks for a great stream. I'm excited to see if you'll be back next week and see what you get Wednesday. Hey, thanks, dude. We are going to be back next week. We're going to do it. I did know that. They played Reverse Flash and Batman Brave and the Bold. I have sat in. There's Ecto Ohio, which is an Ecto replica that's. I'm part of the real Ohio Ghostbusters here in town, which is like our charity group. Guys dress up, we do charity things, we do parades, that kind of stuff. And there's a guy here who made an Ecto replica that is dead on. I mean, it's the closest Ecto you will find. It is crazy accurate.
Great, yeah.
You can look up on YouTube like Ecto Ohio in New York, where the guys took it out to New York and drove it around. And I've been in that, but I've never been in the actual Ecto one. I've been in close as you can.
They're using the Ecto 1A as a prop in the new.
They
one,
are.
right?
They're using the Ecto 1 and the Ecto 1A. They didn't want to hurt the Ecto 1, so they're using the Ecto 1A, which is already kind of beat down for some of the stuff filming. Oh yeah, we drank tons of Ecto coolers, dude.
Yeah, we stockpiled.
We drank a lot of Ecto coolers.
Right?
No, I drank one the other day and it tasted not right.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, well, that's it. It didn't taste right. It tasted bad.
That's sad.
It was sad. It didn't taste right.
Do you remember that guy that drank the one from the 80s?
Oh, that's another YouTube channel I love. Is
He started.
Have a nice day. Skippy, what's his name? LA Beast. The LA Beast. He's the best. That's his name. His name on YouTube is like Skippy26Able or something like that. Let's see. What part of New York do you guys live in? I don't live in New York. I'm in Ohio. They just took the Ecto Ohio to New York to film with it. Probably on Facebook, my name is the same as my YouTube name. I'll find you tonight. Well, I won't promise to find you tonight because after this I'll probably go to sleep. But I'll do my best to find you tomorrow. I'll go back through the stream and I'll find you. Okay. Is that everything?
I think it is.
Okay. Caught up.
Nope. Oh, wait, no, that's the same one. Yeah.
Okay. So next Sunday, probably around the same time, 8:30ish, 9, something like that. I want a second female Ghostbusters just so I have another chance to actually get some Ecto Cooler. If you like YouTube channels from Weird Idea 80 stuff, check out Ashens. Okay, I'll check that out.
Maybe
Good night,
we'll
dude.
get Ecto Cooler for the new one that's coming out.
I think it will. They already teased. Hi-C already teased a return. They did this like online thing with Gozer or something.
I don't care. I love.
Ecto Cooler was so good, dude. It was so good. I'm so glad to have it back. I want it back all the time, but you do. Okay, so I think that's it. So yeah, Wednesday I always do the Wednesday comic book pickups video. You have a good night too. And then Sunday we'll do another live stream. We'll catch up on toy news for the week, pop culture news, whatever. Hope to see everybody back again. Should be around 8:30ish Eastern Standard Time next Sunday. We'll make a post on the community page here on Facebook. We're going to keep just doing that, I think, for the first couple weeks of doing this. So we make sure we're going to stay on a consistent schedule, and then we'll start advertising it in more places. Yeah. Good night, guys. Have a good night, guys. Batman fan, Jaren, the Briscoe 1234, which is this first comment I think I've seen from you. Great stream, guys. Thanks, dude. Good night, guys. Good night to all you pop. Okay. Super fun stream, guys. Glad I had a chance to hop on again. Yeah, I'm glad you did too. Okay. We'll see you guys. Later. Oh, I don't end it here.
Yeah, you end on your phone.
End it back here.
Yeah.
Can you skip that one a little bit?
I'll get it.
It's gonna be kind of weird if like the whole thing just disappears. Like, uh-oh.
Oh, you're to hit
Oh, I'm just gonna go this way. I just want to see. I'm gonna see us disappear. I want to watch it on the screen.
What's
It's
that?
disappearing. I think it goes for a while. How far behind are we?
Wait, it's going right now.
Oh, there you go. Watch. I scoot out. I'm scooting out. Oh, now there's nobody there.
Nope.
Wait,
All right.
there's your arm still there.
My arm's still there.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm really gonna end it.
Now it's gone. There you go.
Wait.
Good night.